For this block, we are going to, first of all, just get our pieces ready. And we're going to divide them into the proper sizes. So I've got two that are the larger squares. So one is my background and one is my color piece. And then I have my smaller squares. One again is the background and one is the color. So for this pattern layout, I'm going to need 3 of these. So we're just going to put them right sides together. Now, if you want, you can simply draw a line. So take a ruler. You can take a ruler and go from corner to corner and draw a diagonal line on this. Or if you do have a seam tape or some kind of guide on your sewing machine, you can go ahead and use that as well. So what I'm going to do is I want this point to keep on this black line because I'm sewing a scant or a 1/4 inch from the black line. I leave my needle in the down position. I do a pivot and take a couple stitches, and then leave the needle in the down position and then pivot again. I'm going to line this point up again with my black line. When I'm done, I'm going to take that off and then I'm going to cut right down the center of that square. So now I have 2 triangles, and I'm going to take this to the ironing board and I'm going to press this to the dark. So I'm just going to repeat this process until all of my squares have become half square triangles. I'm going to do that even with the large piece as well. Now that I have my pieces all pressed, I don't need one of these large half square triangles. So this I'm going to set aside. And then with the rest of these, I'm going to square them up. So what I have is my block lock ruler. It is listed in the descriptions. I love this ruler. I always use it. And this is perfect for squaring my pieces up. All right, now that I have all my pieces squared up, I can go ahead and lay the block out. What I want to make sure I pay attention to is the direction of where these points are. So just double check before you start sewing them up, making sure that they are in the right direction. So now that I've got my block laid out, I'm going to go ahead and start sewing them together. So I'm going to need 2 of these sewn together so it'll fit along the side of this larger piece. So what I'm going to start with are these 2 at the top, and I'm just going to line these up along the edge. So now that I have these 2 lined up, I'm going to just sew them. Then I'm going to grab these other 2 on the side, and I'm going to do right sides together and stitch along this side. So these 2 are the ones along the top, and I'm going to add this 3rd piece to it. And now that I've got these 2 side pieces, I'm going to open this up. I'm going to double check the position, make sure they're correct. So now I can open this piece up. And I'm going to snip this. All right, with them open, I can make sure that everything is good. Then I'm going to flip it right sides together. Now, this right here has 2 seams that do line up. So we're going to want to make sure that one seam is going one direction and the other seam is going the other direction. So if we need, we can pin that to secure it, and then we are going to go ahead and stitch down this side. All right, now we just need to give this block a press, and that is how you sew block 1 of the Ripple mini quilt.